Okay, so here we are with Josh. G'day, mate. How you going?
Hey, thanks for having me, Heath.
Oh, thanks for being on the show. This place here is fantastic. I've been trying to get here for years just to have a little nosy, and it's finally happened, and you won't be disappointed. So first of all, Josh, the name of your company, business?
Yeah, so Reptile Encounters. We've been around for 16 years, so...
16 years now, wow.
16 years, yeah, it's gone fast.
Located?
We're located here in Burwood at 2 Leslie Court.
So we'll have a good look around very shortly. Different types of reptiles and amphibians you have here. Plus you got more, and you got some sea life here and some fish and some bird, a bit of everything. What's roughly, what have you got here? Different species. There's a lot, so just a quick rundown. Turtles.
I'd say we've got approximately 100 species.
Wow.
and maybe 500 animals total. Yeah, it depends whether you count all the stick insects and all the shrimp and the anemones.
This setup here is just absolutely amazing. So your title is Wildlife Demonstrator?
Yeah, so I'm the director. I don't get out too often these days to do our incursion programs in schools, but yeah, we call our team the Wildlife Ambassador team. They're the ones that go out and run our educational programs.
And so virtually we'll just tell everyone how it works. So if someone wants a birthday party or a school wants something a little bit different, so how does it work?
Yeah, so they can jump on our website, reptileencounters.com.au, and yeah, we offer a few different party packages.
So you take the animals to them, so you're a mobile zoo.
Yep.
It could be like a reptile show, fish show, or whatever the person wants, is that correct?
Yeah, so with the birthday party specifically, we have a reptile party, a snake party, and a wildlife party package.
Okay, and so it's all broken down. Yep.
That's us going to the customer. But if people want to host a party here, we can do that as well, and we call that a HQ party.
Wow, so the old headquarters, beautiful,
Yep.
Fantastic. Have you noticed it getting, so from the time you started to now, steady, more busier with reptiles and amphibian parties and stuff like that? Or
Oh, absolutely. We've grown pretty consistently over the 16 years. Yeah, there was obviously a blip a couple of years ago with COVID, but yeah, we've managed to come out the other side, and yeah, things are going well now.
You have a YouTube channel still?
We do.
Yeah. So you were doing stuff a lot during the virus lockdowns.
Yeah. Yep.
So that was educational shows and stuff live.
Absolutely, yeah. So sort of the minute COVID hit, I decided to flick on Facebook Live daily, and yeah, that was a great move. And
well, it was great to see how people, all zoos and all wildlife people that have businesses and stuff like this, how they come up with different ideas to get through that, because it did kill a lot of people and put them out of business even to now. Especially with our sort of business, you actually need, or any business, you need the customer to come through and you need to do your thing to keep going. But I think reptiles and amphibian stuff and wildlife is a very unusual market compared to other markets. So especially when you're competing with Xboxes and stuff like that, it can get a bit tricky. So to get through that virus was fantastic. Our beautiful snake hooks got us through that virus period. So get out there and get some hooks.
Can never have enough snake hooks.
Never, ever. Media, you've done lots of media. What's some of the media you've done? Like have you done TV stuff? Have you done newspaper stuff, articles?
Yeah, we're regularly featured in the Herald Sun, and particularly, anytime we've got a new species or a baby animal.
Yeah, the Herald Sun love babies. I remember.
Yeah, they definitely.
One of the directors saying, "Heath, we love babies." So yeah. Also, were you on Married First Sight? No.
I'll deny that one.
No.
No, The Bachelorette.
The Bachelorette.
Yeah.
Not as a contestant, or were you?
Yeah, it was.
You were a contestant?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were just actually going there to take an animal.
No.
Jeez.
Well, I did take an animal. That sort of.
Okay, cool.
That, sealed the deal.
Awesome. You're married to your beautiful wildlife.
Exactly.
Like we all are. But you did do something with the Irwins, not Steve Irwin, but Terry and Bob and Bindi, and that was a while ago. What was that?
Yeah.
Stage show or something?
Oh, they were coming down to Melbourne to run a promotion for Nature Valley. So, food product. and they were doing a little session for some primary school students. So they needed some Australian animals, so I took those in for them. And
wow, that's pretty awesome to say that you've done work with the Irwins, and that's pretty cool. I've never been to Australia Zoo. Hopefully we can do a show there.
It was quite funny. I had a massive scrub python, Amy, and she wrapped her tail around Robert's
So
neck.
is that the famous one, your one since it was little, and it had a few problems as it got older, but lived quite a long time. And it was very, I think one of the biggest I've seen.
Over 4 metres, so.
Huge. Big scrub python.
Yeah.
Our biggest, longest, whatever you want to say, python. You can't say much these days. Everyone says this one is or that one is. Yeah. Each to their own. But the scrub pythons are the longest python that we have in Australia. So your setups and your products. So we're going to have a look, but roughly what setups do you have? I suppose it's all different, isn't it? You got tanks, enclosures.
Yeah, well, as I said before, about 100 species. So, all your enclosures, as you know, have to be tailored to the species and provide.
So you do a lot of custom stuff yourself?
Yeah.
Get it made, make it. Plus you buy products, I suppose, as well. What's some of the lighting products you use? Or brands? Is it just budding stuff? Is it reptile stuff? Is it a bit of both?
Yeah, definitely a bit of both. A lot of our enclosures have the Haberstat 70-watt heat panels with Haberstat dimming thermostats. We use a lot of the T5 UV tubes.
Yeah, they're great, aren't they?
So, and we've got a mix of Arcadia and Zoom Ed for the T5s.
Yep.
We have a lot of deep heat projectors as well. That we use, and a lot of the big stuff, the crocodiles and the big monitors and the frillneck lizards mostly have mercury vapor globes. So, and they range between 80 watt and the big ones are 275 watt.
275, wow. It's and with your filtration, you've done a lot of it here yourself, the crocodiles and stuff like that?
Yeah, a lot of that's custom. We've got a few of the Laguna Pond filtration systems, but a lot of them are garbage bins that we've converted into filtration systems. And
it's fantastic.
I guess, as you know, when you work with so many animals, you've got to be handy on the tools and creative and come up with solutions.
I mean, there just isn't stuff out there made for some of these animals, and you really need to do the best you can. So you've got to pick that hammer and nail up or get some help.
Absolutely.
And that's why I ask these questions, because we've been all around Australia and seen some awesome stuff, enclosures made out of pellets or this or whatever it may be. It's just amazing what you can do.
Yeah.
And I think using reptile brands or using stuff from Bunnings, I think is good, the best of both worlds,
Yeah.
for sure. What is your favourite reptile? This can be a hard one.
Oh, yeah, very hard question. Generally, I go with Big Charlie, who is the first saltwater crocodile I acquired 16 years ago.
Big Charlie.
Big Charlie, yeah. I brought him down. He was only so big, and lived in my apartment in Toorak with a couple of mates, and he was in the lounge room.
Rockstar croc.
So he's grown a little bit over the years, and it's hard.
And we can have a look at him later on.
Yeah, we'll check him out.
If you could go anywhere in the world for a working holiday, so doing what you're doing now somewhere else, like around Australia or overseas, or for a herping trip, you pick which one. Where would you go?
So I got my first taste of the Northern Territory actually December last year, but I only had three days. So
your first time there?
Yeah, first time there. So I've got to get back and do some more of the NT.
I can't wait to go there. We're going to do so much filming. I'm in the same boat as you, pretty much, or you were. We've got lots of species and stuff from there, but I've never actually been there myself.
Yeah.
Been to other parts of Australia. So, very hot, muggy.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Well, it's nice and hot and muggy in here. There's one big enclosure here to keep all the animals warm. Reptiles and amphibians, depending what it is, need heat. We're going to have your links or link in the description, but where can people find you verbally?
So reptileencounters.com.au, the website, at Reptile Encounters on Instagram, Reptile Encounters on Facebook. We also have Reptile Encounters on LinkedIn as well.
Awesome.
So if you head around this way, Heath, you can see one of our marine tanks. So this is our 6-footer. So we have two temperate marine tanks, a small one and a large one. Obviously, a lot of these animals will prey on each other, so we try and split them up a little bit. So you've got some pot-bellied seahorse, got a couple of males and a couple of females in there. There's also a few stars. These are the Northern Pacific sea star, so these are the ones that are invasive and we don't want in Port Phillip Bay. I actually picked these up a little while ago and they were tiny and they've just exploded. They just do really well. Couple of weed fish. There's also some Tasmanian blennies, an abalone on the rock over here, and lots of little anemones. So we'll keep cruising around. This is one of our little rainforest setups. We've got a couple of southern angle-headed dragons, and we've actually thrown a few of last year's Boyd's forest dragons in here as well. So there's 3-year-old Boyds. There's also on the back a big leaf-tailed gecko as well. So I like the little rainforest enclosures. We try and keep them bioactive, and it's nice, you don't have to clean them very often. Just clean the glass every so often. And yeah, you can see the big leaf tail right on the back wall. So I've had him for quite a while. If you know anyone that's got a female, let us know. All right. And then this is our larger of our temperate marine tanks. So this is an 8-footer. We've got a couple of Port Jackson sharks in here. So we actually hatched these probably about maybe 18 months ago. And they're probably around 40 centimetres at the moment. So, and they share the tank, yeah, with a cowfish. There's a sea sweep. There's some slender toadfish. And there's also a scorpion fish. I can see his tail right down the bottom under the rock just there. So yeah, a little bit of a mix. Then yeah, this room's our demonstration space. We've got the Croc Hotel, big croc up there. And around here we've got some long-nosed dragons. So there's one in each of these enclosure. Quite cool little lizards, impressive tails. Oh, he's down there. And there's one right up here under the heat panel. This is Penny, our Mary River turtle. We got the Mary River turtle originally for our endangered species program. They've got a pretty cool story behind them, being known as the penny turtle back in the 60s and 70s. Yeah, they were removed from the wild for the pet trade. So yeah, they're considered endangered, but yeah, really cool species. All right, and this is just our little tropical marine. I've got a couple of black and white clowns. There's a blue tang, and there's also a red striped angel in there. Need a few more corals, but need to make a bit more money first. They're quite expensive, the corals. Well, if you come through this way, yeah, some of our collection. So we've got a couple of freckled monitors in the top, ridgetail monitor in the middle. So little Aki, she loves going through the water bowl and just spreading sand everywhere. And then there's a couple of peninsula dragons down the bottom. And if you head over this way, we've got Reggie, our brown tree snake, who loves just to hang out in his tree hollow. So he's got a nice little fern in the background. Down the bottom is Squirtle, a little Maclay river turtle. And then this is our scrub python enclosure. Oh, she's actually out at the moment, so you're lucky. Sitting up on the rock. She's quite a pretty one, this one. Nice and light in colour. So This is Darth Vader, probably one of our oldest snakes. I'm guessing he's probably in his 20s, so we've had him probably 15 years, and he was an adult snake then. He's about 3 metres long. Yeah, and typically he likes to live underneath this rock, so it's not often we see him out, but there was some sun in the enclosure early today, so he's come out to enjoy the sun. And yeah, they use that black head like a solar panel to get nice and warm. Now, if you head this way, yeah, it looks like our inland taipan's currently out, Heath, so he's just had a bit of a drink, I think. So a stunning looking snake. Again, black head like the black-headed python. But I love the pattern on it. Yeah. Yeah, so you can see the head of our eastern brown is right down in the corner. Alright, I think the coastal taipan's put herself to sleep. So he's managed to figure out he can get underneath the water bowl and hide in under there. Alright, this is our tropical rainforest enclosure. We've got a few Boyd's forest dragons in here. So there's a larger male and there's 2 females. They do camouflage quite well. The male's at the back, 2 females are up the top over there. And then that's Tiddalik, a green tree frog who actually came from a kindergarten. And he's had to have both eyes removed because he was obese. So he had fatty lipid deposits on his eyes. So he was off to the unusual pet vets to have those removed. But anyway, he's lost a lot of weight and yeah, he's doing quite well. He can climb now and is nice and fit. So some more peninsula dragons. So the ones you saw before, they're Mount Fink location. These are Kuna Rock. So slightly different patterning. This is the big male sitting on top of his log. So they've got a nice hot basking spot right under here. Alright, and we've got a nice big Darwin carpet python here, Opal. Unusual for him to be on the bottom. He typically sits up on those rocky ledges above there. And this is our rough scale enclosure. We've got a jungle python sitting down the bottom here. So we heat this with a deep heat projector, and there's also a couple of spotlights up the top as well. these are all our eastern water dragons. So I've got 8 in here, 7 girls and the big fella on the log. A lot of these are quite old. I've had them for probably 20 years. We've actually just brought them back inside. They do live outside right through the summer months, but because they're so old, I like to bring them in, and they like to sit in nice warm water instead of cold water. Yeah, he's quite pretty, the boy. If anyone wants baby water dragons, let me know. So we hatched 20 eastern water dragons. So I think there's 10 in this little tank. And then we've got Boyd's forest dragons in these 2. So these are the most recent to hatch. They're still quite small. And then I'll grab out this is one of our little baby mangrove monitors. Yeah, lots of green and gold male frogs. And yeah, we've got our adult mangrove monitors. So Roger has just come out of the log, and I can just see Sandy's tail. Oh, no, that might be Roger's tail. So at the end here, we've got a coastal carpet python enclosure. We've got Monty on the ground and Jake. Monty's actually just had surgery. She had a retained egg, so she had that removed by the Unusual Pet Vets. So she's just in recovery. And Jake, and they can climb up on these branches, and there's 2 mercury vapours come on during the day, and there's also a deep heat projector that we keep on 24/7. Alright, most of this wall's nocturnal. We have some hermit crabs and legless lizard at the top. Then we have Mitchell's hopping mice, and this guy's pretty cool actually. A little amier. Definitely a favourite of everyone.
We're lucky to have 12.
Hey, amazing. Yeah, no, we've just got this little boy. We had a female, she passed on a few years ago, but yeah, he's pretty old. This is Big Charlie. So he's been sitting up here. He actually gets a lot of sun in the enclosure, so he likes to bask in the actual sunlight, which is nice. I might also feed him later. There's a nice mural on the back wall. One of our former team members, Tia, did a great job painting the mural. Trying to get that third eyelid. Alright. In this side we've got our Murray River shortnecks. This is Franklin, our oldest girl. And there's, I think half a dozen in here now. You've got Ruffer, a big male. Alright. We've got a little wall of invertebrates. Got a huntsman and a golden trapdoor. You might be able to see, it's right at the back. Those are our growling grass frogs, and those are our green tree frogs. And we've got green and golden bells down the bottom. Oh, we missed. Yeah.
So when I said, hold on, don't take a photo of you at the front.
Yeah, strange, the T5's not on.
Yes, Big Charlie. Big Charlie has been around ever since.
So we've got a
Like 17
female up there. Male must be out on a show at the moment. We did get some eggs out of our frillies. Unfortunately, out of 2 clutches, only one was good. So we do have a little baby frilly at the moment.
He was just having a switch, so that's okay. He's really nice, you don't need to worry.
And then
Activities whole life.
we've got ringtail geckos in here. So there's one just sitting at the back there.
Let me take him on his own. He's so handsome. So he is very good from, I think he's the only thing. Yeah, that's what they like. Wow. So,
Can't see what that is. Oh, he's behind the bowl.
You've grown up, haven't you?
I can.
So he's the light color. Yeah, so that is that's thanks to Big Charlie. So these guys, yeah, they're little freshwater. So you can see how different they are to saltwater. He's starting to get back up. They have a really, really long snout when they come along and feel. These guys get
And then down the bottom is a male golden tail. He's just in the branch there. Check this. Have a look at that.
Catherine went for a run one point. And she's getting out, she's going to loop around the neighborhood and came right back. I much prefer staying cooler right there. So that is exactly why we have these little black cats. So the snakes are super strong. So you can get under.
Alright, so over here, Heath, we've got some Bell's Face lace monitors. There's 3 in this enclosure. The biggest on the bottom. So they're probably a couple of years old now, these guys. So still got a fair bit of growing to do. There's one up the top and another one over here shedding its skin.
Yeah, love that. She freaks out. So anything that flies, she freaks out. Yeah, this is the huntsman that we had on the loose. Even the fly. Oh, okay, that's all right. Yeah, we had to catch him. I'm happy you told me this.
So this is Brock, our male freshwater.
I'm fine.
And then we have some more frill neck lizards. These are Northern Territory females.
He's dancing. So what is actually, so that's a girl. So she is actually blending into trying to mimic the wind.
All right, so up here we've got Kakadu, a Darwin carpet python. A bit of an interesting story. When we first moved in here, he actually escaped, and we knew he was still in the neighbourhood because people were messaging us on Instagram saying they've seen a python in the backyard. Anyway, it was 1 day short of a year. I was sitting at my desk and I heard some squeals, and he'd actually he was hanging down from the ceiling, so he'd come back. That position there is actually looking for food, so he would take a rat pretty happily right now. And here we've got Frank the Tank, who's the chunkiest of our carpet pythons. I think we weighed him at about 8 or 9 kilos.
Austin Stevens tickle. Well, this is huge. I think this is it's the biggest Darwin carpet python I've ever held or met.
Yes.
About 8 kilo, I think.
Yep.
I think this is an empty tummy. Who knows? But that girth is like as thick as, I usually say my arm, but as my leg just about. I mean, look at it. Unbelievable. Yes, it's probably overweight, but it's so cool and awesome. I mean, have a look at it. I mean, it's not overweight. I mean, it looks pretty good. I mean, yeah, it's pretty big here, but it was a lot bigger when you got it and you had it on the diet, or has it always been like this? So what's the story?
It was pretty chunky when he came to us, and yeah, would not climb in the enclosure, would just spend his time on the bottom. But now, yeah, he's climbing up on the branches and perching, and
so this was someone's pet. They kept it in a small enclosure and just fed
it. I'm not sure what they would have kept it in, but yeah, likely.
Just overfed it and then it got really big, but now you've done a good job. It's slimmed down compared to what it used to be by the sounds of it, and it's climbing around. All right, Josh, thanks so much for letting us come here and do a show. This place is fantastic. If you're looking for a good wildlife demonstrator, give Reptiles Encounter a call. Give Josh a call. Where can people find you again? We're going to have you in the link, of course, but verbally?
Yeah, fabulous. Yeah, jump onto reptileencounters.com.au or find us on all the socials.
This place is just amazing. It's taken me a while to get here, but I'm blown away. Done a bit of rebranding now, so whole new look, whole new place pretty much, and it's just fantastic. All the animals are nice and healthy. All the animals have got fresh water, nice and clean. And you know what? All those animals in there and out here, not one smell. And that's when you know you're doing something right. It's fantastic. So thanks very much for being on the show, mate.
Thanks, Heath. A pleasure.
Absolute honour to have you on.
Cheers.